So, thank you everyone for joining today. So, we get to hear from His Grace Adi Gadadhar Prabhu. He was introduced to Krishna consciousness in 1998 through the University Outreach Program at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple in Mumbai. And Prabhu received his first and second initiation from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj and is currently serving as a congregation director of ISKCON Atlanta and New Panihat Dhamma since 2017. Prabhu is a mentor for so many devotees, and shares his inspiration through his personal example of serious and strict sadhana. And he shares wonderful Krishna Katha, both Tattva and Leela. And by profession, is a doctor, a geriatric hospitalist. He's done his MBBS from Mumbai and also MS General Surgery in Nagpur University. He had his residency training from Emory University in Atlanta. So now he's working in Atlanta as geriatric hospitalist. So it is our good fortune to hear from Prabhu. Prabhu is known for his heartful sharing of Krishna Katha and a serious concern and compassion for everyone, so all of us can benefit. Thank you so much, Prabhu, Adigadar Prabhu, for taking your time and sharing Krishna Katha with us today. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, dear Sundarananda Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your kind introduction. My gratitude to His Grace Pradyumna Prabhu for giving me this opportunity to speak something in glorification of Srimati Radharani today. Is my voice clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, it's very clear. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we'll get started. Let us start with Shri Mangala Charan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। प्रद्युम्न प्रभु, कैन यू प्लीज चैंट हरे कृष्ण?
Wait, what is it?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is a very auspicious day. Today is Shri Lalita Saptami, and tomorrow is the most auspicious tithi of Shri Radhashtami. So we will try to discuss something about Shri Lalita Sakhi as well as Srimati Radharani. We are Gaudiya Vaishnavas and we practice Krishna consciousness in a way that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayastadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu Vargenaya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradara Napara. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mata. We hold the opinion and the desires of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our heart as the highest pedestal of bhakti. So we are followers of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna himself. Is Krishna himself. Brajendra Nandana Jai Shachi Suta Hoilo Stay Balarama Hoilo Nitai. Brajendra Nandana Jai Shachi Suta Hoilo Say. Brajendra Nandan Krishna became Sachi Suta Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And why did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why did Krishna come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga? There are external reasons and there are internal reasons, my dear friends. We are more concerned today because Sri Radhashtami is coming up tomorrow. We are more concerned with the internal reasons. And today we will discuss one such internal reason. So let us go to the divine pages of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, a very wonderful revealed scripture given to us by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is Kasturi Manjari, one of the very confidential Manjari maidservants of Srimati Radharani in Goloka Vrindavan, in the eternal realm. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita has approximately 11,000 Bengali and Sanskrit verses, and Srila Prabhupada has given English translations to each and every one of those verses, all the verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in 9 beautiful volumes. And Srila Prabhupada has given the original Bengali text, then that Bengali text is written in the English language, in Roman, then there is word-to-word translation from Bengali or Sanskrit into English. Then there is a translation and there are detailed purports. So this Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is a nectar house that we should all hold on to very dearly in our hearts. So let me share my screen and let us dive into the pages of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is Antya Leela 1.99. But before that, I would like to go to Adi Leela. I want to read the confidential reasons for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the reason for Mahaprabhu's advent. This is Adi Lila, chapter 4, verses 15 and 16. Prema rasa niryasa karite aswadana raga marga bhakti loke karite pracharan rasika shekhara Krishna parama karuna ei doi hetu haite ichhara udgama. The Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. Lord Krishna wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of Krishna Prem, love of God, and he wanted to propagate devotional service, Raga Marga. Devotional service in the world on what? Raga Marga, Raganuga Bhakti, platform of spontaneous attraction. Thus, he is known as supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. During the period of Lord Krishna's appearance, the killing of asuras or non-believers such as Kansa and Jarasandha was done by Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, who was within the person of Shri Krishna. Such apparent killing by Lord Shri Krishna took place as a matter of course and activity for Krishna. But the real purpose of Lord Krishna's appearance was to stage a dramatic performance of his transcendental pastimes at Vrajabhumi, thus exhibiting the highest limit of transcendental mellow in the exchanges of reciprocal love between the living entity, Jiva, and the Supreme Lord, Jagdish. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying something very deep. Srila Prabhupada is saying that Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago simply to perform his Vraj Leela. Just see. But the real purpose of Lord Krishna's appearance was to stage a dramatic performance of his transcendental pastimes at Vrajabhumi. In short, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Krishna only appeared to demonstrate his Vraj Leela. Such is the importance of Vraj Leela. These reciprocal exchanges of mellows are called Raga Bhakti or devotional service to Lord Krishna. In transcendental rapture, Lord Shri Krishna wants to make known to all the conditioned souls that he is more attracted by Raga Bhakti than Vidhi Bhakti or devotional service under scheduled regulation, that is Vidhi Bhakti. So Krishna is not attracted so much by Vidhi Bhakti. Krishna is actually attracted by Raga Bhakti. It is said in the Vedas, Taittiriya Upanishad 2.7, Raso Vai Saha, that Krishna is Raso Vai Saha. The absolute truth Krishna is the reservoir of all kinds of reciprocal exchanges of loving sentiments. Krishna is also causelessly merciful, and he wants to bestow upon us this privilege of Raga Bhakti. Thus he appeared by his own internal energy. He was not forced to appear by any extraneous force. Krishna doesn't appear as a conditioned soul. He appears of his own sweet will. Yogamaya Upashrita. Parama Karuna, because he's Parama Karuna. He's very, very merciful. Let me see if I can find one more verse to read. So this is the verse that shows the internal reasons. Yeah, this verse. Very beautiful verse. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 1, verse number 6. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is explaining to us the confidential internal three reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yena Bhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Va Madiyah Saukhyam Chasya Madanubhavatah Kidrisham Veti Lobhat Tad Bhavadyah Samajani Shachi Garbha Sindhau Harindu. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima. This is the first reason. Swadyo Yenad Bhuta Madhurima. This is the second reason. Saukham Chasya Mad Anubhavataha. Third reason. For these three internal reasons, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the womb of Shachimata. Tad Bhavadya Samajani Shachi Garbha Sindhau Harindau. He took birth. Srila Prabhupada translates, desiring to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani's love. What is the Mahima? Radhara Prema Mahima. What is the Mahima of Radharani's love? First reason. Number two, the wonderful qualities. Krishna is thinking, the wonderful qualities in myself that Radharani alone relishes through her love. Second reason, Krishna wanted to understand what are his own wonderful qualities that Srimati Radharani is relishing all the time. And third reason is the happiness, the saukhyam, the happiness that Radharani feels when she tastes the sweetness of Krishna Prema. Richly endowed with her own emotions, bhav. To understand these three things, glory of Radharani's love, his own divine qualities that Radharani relishes, and the happiness that Radharani feels when she tastes the sweetness of Krishna Prem. To understand these three things, our Krishna, Chandra Bhagavan, he appeared as Gaura Chandra. So this verse we must memorize. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yena Adbhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Madiya Saukhyam Chasya Madhanubhavataha Kidrisham Veti Lobha Tad Bhavadya Samajani Shachi Garbha Sindhau Harindu. That's why he appears. So now let us go to the verse that I had originally pulled up. That would be the topic of our discussion today. This verse. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela, chapter 1, text number 99, my dear friends. Brilliant verse. This is Shardul Vikrititam, the same meter as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. This verse was written by Srila Rupa Goswami and is mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So let's read it. Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhyaye Karna Krodha Kadambini Ghatayate Karnarudhebhya Spruham Chetah Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim No Jane Janita Kiyad Bhiramritai Krishneti Varana Dvai. Srila Prabhupada has given word to word synonyms. Tunde, in the mouth. Tandavini, nritya, dancing. The inspiration, vitanute, expands. Tundavali labdhyaye. I feel like achieving many tundas, many mouths. Karna, of the ear. Kroda, in the ear hole. Kadambini, sprouting. Ghatayate, causes to appear. Karna, arbudebhya, spriham, the desire for millions of karna, millions of ears. Arbud, millions and millions of ears I desire. Chetah prangana, in the prangan, in the courtyard of Cheta, my consciousness, my heart. Sangini, being a companion. Sangini, being a companion. Vijayate, conquers over. Sarva indriyanam, conquers all the indriya, all the senses. Kritim, kritim is the activity. No, not. Jane, na jane, I don't know. Janita, produced. Kiyad bihi, of what measure? Amritaihi, nectar, amrit. Krishna, the name Krishna. Iti, thus. Varna dvai, these two syllables. Varna dvai, these two syllables. Krish and na. We'll read it again after reading the translation. Srila Rupa Goswami has written his own experience. Srila Rupa Goswami is writing his experience, not theoretical, experience. Anubhav. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name Krishna enters the holes of the ears, we desire millions of ears. And when the dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind. And therefore, all the senses become inert. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse is included in the Vidagdha Madhav 1.15, a 7-act play written by Srila Rupa Goswami describing the pastimes of Sri Krishna in Vrindavan. So Vidagdha Madhav describes Vraj and Lalita Madhav describes Dwarka Leela. So Rupa Goswami is saying, I don't know how much nectar, Amrit is there in Krishna. These two syllables, Varna Dvai, Krishna. When I chant Krishna, the name Krishna Nam appears to dance. Nam Prabhu dances on my tongue. And then I desire millions of mouths, millions of tongues. And when Krishna, the sound vibration, Krishna, Shabda Brahma enters through my ears, I desire millions of ears. I want to hear Krishna Nam. I want to hear Krishna Nam. And when that Krishna Nam through the ears enters into the heart and dances in my heart, it is dancing on the tongue. Now it is dancing in the heart. Hence, it conquers my heart. It conquers my mind. It conquers my senses. And I become completely overwhelmed. I become completely overwhelmed. Completely overwhelmed. So now we'll sing the verse again. Tunde tandavini ratim vitanute tundavali labdhaye karna kroda kadambi ghatayate karnadbudebhya spriham chetah prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim no jane janita kiyad viramritai krishneti varanadvai. What a beautiful verse. Hare Krishna. Now the question is, what has this verse got to do with Sri Lalita Sakhi? And what has this verse got to do with Srimati Radharani? Today we are celebrating Lalita, Sri Lalita Saptami, and tomorrow we will celebrate Sri Radhashtami. Today we are celebrating the appearance day of Sri Lalita Sakhi. So Sri Lalita Sakhi is said to be 27 years elder to Srimati Radharani. So why we are celebrating it on Lalita Saptami? And then what was yesterday? Lalita Sashti. What is this? So don't worry about it. In Uchagaon, the village of Sri Lalita Sakhi, they celebrate Lalita Sashti. Some Vaishnava Acharyas celebrate Lalita Saptami. The fact is that Lalita Sakhi is elder to Srimati Radharani. According to our Shastra, she is 27 days elder. But traditionally in Vraj, the appearance day of Sri Lalita Sakhi is being celebrated like that, 1 day or 2 days prior to Sri Radhashtami. Whichever day with bhav, with love and respect, we celebrate a particular auspicious day, Krishna is so kind that he gives us the benefit of observing that tithi. And Krishna's birth and appearance anyway is very divya, very adbhut. Janma karma chame divyam evam yogeti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna. Krishna's birth and activities, and therefore the birth and activities of Krishna's associates like Srimati Radharani, Shri Lalita Sakhi, that is also not ordinary. Not like our birthday. We appear on a particular day because of law of karma. Srila Prabhupada explained in the purport that we just read, Krishna and his devotees come under the influence of Yoga Maya, their own desire. They don't come out of compulsion because of law of karma. So the appearance is divine. In the spiritual world, it appears that she is 27 years elder. And every day of Brahma, in every kalpa, Radha and Krishna appear. So there could be kalpa bhed also. But also our researchers, they have found that this Lalita Sashti has something to do with a Bengali festival. So without getting into the details, our concern is we want to celebrate the appearance of Lalita Devi, because Lalita Sakhi is very dear to Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. So let us see how we can glorify Shri Lalita Sakhi and Srimati Radharani with the help of this verse written by Shri Lalita's most confidential Manjari maid servant, Shri Rupa Goswami. Shri Rupa Goswami is the most confidential associate of Shri Lalita Sakhi. So let's see how this verse written by Shri Rupa Goswami, who is Rupa Manjari, connects us to Lalita Sakhi and Srimati Radharani. Shri Vrindavan Dham. Now, for the next few minutes, what I will be speaking is very important, but it is also very technical. So please pay attention. Shri Vrindavan Dham is of three types. There is the Prakata Dham, the Dham that was manifested when Radha and Krishna appeared in Bhauma Vrindavan, in our earthly Vrindavan, 5,000 years ago. When the Leela was going on 5,000 years ago, as described in Srimad Bhagavatam, that is the Prakata Leela. Even people of this world can see it, Prakata Leela. After some time, Krishna disappears from this world. His Janma and Karma is Divya. His birth and activities are divine. But Krishna disappears. To bewilder the materialist, he disappears from this world. And then that Leela becomes Aprakat. It is not manifested. But the Leela continues in the spiritual world. In Goloka Vrindavan, the Leela is continuing eternally, Nitya Leela. But that is not visible to us. So it is called Aparakata Leela. So there is the Prakata Dham, 5,000 years ago. It was manifested for a few years. And then there is the Aprakata Dham, which is Goloka Vrindavan in the spiritual world. That is called Aprakata Dham. And then after Krishna disappears from earth, performing his pastimes along with his associates, Krishna Swadhama Upagate. When Krishna goes back to his eternal abode, then what we see in Uttar Pradesh, India, the Vrindavan Dham that we see today is called Drishyaman Dham. So there is Prakata Dham, that was 5,000 years ago when Krishna was on this planet. Then there is the Aprakata Dham, which is the eternal spiritual realm, Goloka Vrindavan, in the spiritual sky. And then third is Drishyaman Dham. Drishyaman Dham is Vrindavan Dham that you and I will see if we were to go to Vrindavan today, physically. Near Mathura station, the Vrajmandal that is there, Vrindavan. That is Drishya Dham as it is visible to our eyes today. So three types of Dham. Prakata Dham, here when Krishna is there, Aprakata Dham, spiritual world, and Drishyaman Dham, what is visible today. Similarly, Krishna Leela is also divided into three types. There is Vrajendranandan Krishna, who performs his Leela in Vrindavan, and he never leaves Vrindavan. Vrindavana Parityaj Padam Ekam Nagachati. Krishna never puts one step outside Vrindavan. He's always in Vrindavan. As Vrajendranandan Krishna, as Yashodanandan Krishna, as Gopijana Vallabh Krishna, as Sham Sundar Krishna, Gopinath Krishna, Radhanath Krishna. Krishna, who is with Radharani, Radhesh. Radharani is Krishna. He's always there. Radha Rasa is always there in Vrindavan. So this is the first form of Krishna. Vrajendra Nandan Krishna, Vrindavan Bihari Krishna. Second type of Krishna, Krishna Leela, is Krishna outside of Vrindavan. Specifically, Krishna in Mathura and Dwarka. First Krishna went to Mathura, then he went to Dwarka and stayed there for more than 100 years. So that is Krishna Leela in Dwarka. That is Dwarkadhish Krishna. So there is Vrindavan Bihari Krishna and there is Dwarkadhish Krishna or Mathuranath Krishna. This is the second type of Krishna Leela outside of Vrindavan. And third type of Krishna is Krishna in Kurukshetra. Krishna in Kurukshetra, where he is outside Vrindavan, but he gets to meet the Vrajvasis. Because we know from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba, Srimati Radharani, and all the Vrajvasis that traveled during a solar eclipse to Kurukshetra. And there was a meeting before the Kurukshetra war. Before the Kurukshetra war, there was a meeting between Krishna, who is Dwarkadhish, along with his 16,108 wives, along with Balram, Vasudeva Maharaj, Devaki Devi, Ugrasen Maharaj, all those Dwarka associates of Krishna, they came to Kurukshetra, and the Brajvasis also came to Kurukshetra, and they met. Even Krishna's friends from Hastinapur were also there. Duryodhan was there, Arjun was there, all of them were there. So that is Krishna in Kurukshetra, where he meets Srimati Radharani. But it's not like Vrindavan. Krishna is Dwarkadhish. Krishna doesn't have a peacock feather there. Krishna is wearing a golden crown instead of a simple cloth turban with peacock feathers decorating it. Krishna is wearing a golden crown. Krishna doesn't carry his flute. Krishna doesn't carry his flute outside Vrindavan. Dwarkadhish Krishna and Kurukshetra Krishna don't have flute. They don't carry flute. Krishna's Venu, Murli is only in Vrindavan. So instead of his flute, what is Krishna carrying in Kurukshetra? A sword. He's not wearing his Pitambar Uttariya. Instead, he is having a armor, golden armor, to protect himself as a Kshatriya. Krishna is not with his cows. Instead, in Kurukshetra, Krishna is with his horses and chariots. In Kurukshetra, Krishna is not surrounded by his gopis or his gopa friends, like the Ashtasakis or the Dwadasha Gopals. No. In Kurukshetra, Krishna is surrounded by Uddhav, his ministers, Satyaki, his advisors, like that. So it's a very different meeting. Even though Radha and Krishna meet in Kurukshetra, it's a very different meeting. It's very painful. It's a meeting in separation from Shri Vrindavan Dham. So this is the third type of Krishna and Krishna Leela. Krishna in Kurukshetra, where he is united with Radharani, but it is very different. And therefore Radharani wants to bring him back, put him on a chariot and bring him back, put him on a rath and bring him back to Vrindavan. That is the third type of Krishna, called Krishna in Kurukshetra. Krishna in Kurukshetra. So three types of Krishna are there. Krishna in Vrindavan, Krishna in Dwarka, Mathura, and Krishna in Kurukshetra. And there is Krishna Leela in these three places, separate Krishna Leelas. Similarly, my dear friends, Srimati Radharani also manifests herself in three forms. Just like Krishna manifests himself in three forms, Srimati Radharani also manifests herself in three forms. There is Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhika. Radharani, who is the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtita Devi, who lives in Shri Barsana Dham in Vrajmandal. And she's always with Krishna. She never leaves Vrindavan and she never leaves Krishna. So just like Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, Vrindavan Bihari Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radharani never leaves Vrindavan. She's always with Krishna, enjoying the Nitya Leela, the Ashtakalya Leela. The Ashtakalya Leela. The day, 24-hour day, is divided into 8 prahars. Each prahar is 3 hours. So 8 times 3 is 24. So the day is divided into 8 different phases. And in each of the 8 phases, each of the 8 prahars, there is a different Leela that Radha and Krishna eternally enjoy. So who is enjoying this Leela? This is the original form of Godhead, Govindam Adi Purusham. And this is Vrishabhanu Nandini Radharani and Vrindavan Bihari Krishna. They are enjoying this Leela, eternal Leela, Nitya Leela in Vrindavan. Now, When Krishna leaves Vrindavan and goes to Mathura Dwarka, Srimati Radharani is still left behind in Vrindavan. But now Vrishabhanu Nandini Radharani is feeling separation from her Krishna. Kaha mora prananath murali vadan, kaha jau kaha pao Vrajendra Nandan. She is crying like this. Kaha mora prananath murali vadan. My Muralidhar Krishna, where is he? He used to play his flute, the fifth note, and call me. Where is my Krishna? Where should I go? What should I do? How can I obtain Krishna? Kaha jau kaha pao Nandan. She is crying. So this Vrishabhanu Nandini is always with Krishna. But there is another form of Radharani, another manifestation of Radharani. When Krishna leaves Vrindavan, Radharani, who is left behind in Vrindavan, is feeling great pangs of separation, vipralamba bhav, pangs of separation from Krishna. And she's crying. And this is called Viyogini Radha. Samyog means union, Viyog means separation. Radharani, who is in separation from Krishna, Viyogini Radha is the second manifestation of Radharani. And when Krishna comes for the solar eclipse in Kurukshetra, Nanda Baba says that let us all go. Vasudeva Maharaj has invited all of us for the solar eclipse. So let us all go. We will all go to Kurukshetra also. So that Radharani, who along with the Brajvasis goes from Vrindavan to Kurukshetra to bring Krishna back from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan, is called Samyogini Radhika. Samyogini Radhika. She's meeting Krishna. There is Samyog. And she wants to bring him back to Vrindavan. So there is Vrishabhanu Nandini Radha, there is Viyogini Radha, and there is Samyogini Radha. Three forms of Radha. In Vrindavan, eternally enjoying the eternal Leela with no separation from Krishna is Vrishabhanu Nandini Radha. When Krishna leaves Vrindavan, goes to Mathura Dwarka, in separation from Krishna, she cries, and she is called Viyogini Radha. And the form of Radharani that travels to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna and bring him back to Vrindavan is Samyogini Radha. Three types of Radha, three forms of Radharani, three manifestations of Radharani with three different Leela. Now, just like the Dham is of three types, Prakata Dham, Aprakata Dham, and Drishyaman Dham. Just like Krishna has three Leelas, Vrindavan Bihari Krishna, Mathura Dwarkanath Krishna, and Krishna in Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra Krishna. Similarly, Radharani also has three types: Vrishabhanu Nandini Radha, Viyogini Radha, and Samyogini Radha. And in the same way, my dear friends, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna. Radha Bhav Duti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. He is Krishna with Radha Bhav, with the complexion of Radharani, Radha Kanti, and with the mood of Radharani, love of Radharani. So Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a combined form of Radha and Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. So therefore, my dear friends, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has three forms. Hare Krishna. Just like Krishna has three forms, the Dham has three forms, Radharani has three forms, our Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also manifests three forms. The first form is Nimai. Nimai Vishwambar. Nimai Vishwambar, who is present in Navadvip Dham. He is present in Navadvip Dham always. Just like Vrajendra Nandan Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, our Nimai Vishwambar never leaves Navadvip Dham. He is Navadvip Chandra. He is Navadvip Bihari. And he has, Shri Gauranga has his Ashtakalya Leela in Navadvip with his associates. And that is described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. The same meter, Shardul Vikriditam, in a book called Gauranga Leelamrit. And the English translation is available by His Grace Dashrath Sutta Prabhu. Very beautiful small book. Ashtakalya Leela of Gauranga Mahaprabhu called Gauranga Leelamrit. Very beautiful. So this Gauranga Mahaprabhu never leaves Navadvip. He is always there enjoying his eightfold pastimes eternally in Navadvip Dham, in the spiritual world. But in the Prakat Leela, when Gauranga Mahaprabhu appears here, just like the Prakat Leela of Radha and Krishna, there are different manifestations of Gauranga Mahaprabhu also. The first is Nimai Vishwambar, who always stays in Navadvip. When Nimai takes sannyas, now Nimai also has three forms. There is the child Nimai, who is born under the neem tree and does so many naughty pastimes as a child. Does Jala Krida, plays in Ganga with his friends, splashing water and having so many pastimes. That is Nimai. But when he got educated under Gangadas Pandit and became the greatest Pandit this world has ever known, who could defeat everyone in arguments and logic, that Nimai is called Nimai Pandit, the second form of Nimai. There is Navadvip Nimai, baby Nimai. There is a Pandit Nimai, the greatest scholar this world has ever seen, Nimai Pandit. And when Nimai went to Gaya and got initiated from Shri Ishwarpuri Maharaj, and then manifested himself as a full-fledged devotee, a devotee like this world has never seen before, who inaugurated the Nam Sankirtan movement, who would perform all-night kirtans in Srivasangan. That Nimai is called Bhavuk Nimai, the third form of Nimai, Bhavuk Nimai. There is Nimai of Nadia, Nimai Vishwambhar, there is Nimai Pandit, and there is Bhavuk Nimai, the Nimai who was filled with emotions, devotional sentiments, the greatest devotee, Bhavuk Nimai. When Bhavuk Nimai took sannyas, he left Navadvip. So we discussed that there are three manifestations of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. First is Nimai Vishwambhar, who never leaves Vrindavan, who never leaves Navadvip, which is not different from Vrindavan, never leaves Navadvip. But when this Nimai, Bhavuk Nimai, takes sannyas from Keshav Bharati Maharaj in Katwa and leaves Navadvip and goes away as a sannyasi, that is called Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nimai has become Shri Krishna Chaitanya, sannyasi. What does he do? He travels and preaches. He goes to South India. He travels and preaches. But his base is in Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri, he is called Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He lives in Jagannath Puri. So these three forms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Vishwambhar of Navadvip, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of Jagannath Puri, and Shri Krishna Chaitanya, who is traveling as a sannyasi, going to South India, going to the banks of Godavari, having a conversation with Ramananda Rai, having a conversation about Krishna Bhakti with Venkat Bhatta in Sri Rangam, giving instructions to Rup and Sanatan at Kashi. This is Shri Krishna Chaitanya, the sannyasi. These three forms of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have parallels with Krishna Leela and with Krishna and Radharani. Navadvip Nimai, the Navadvip Nimai, Nimai Vishwambhar, is similar to Vrishabhanu Nandini Radha and Vrajendra Nandan Krishna or Vrindavan Bihari Krishna. They never leave the Dham. They never leave Navadvip or Vrindavan. The form of Mahaprabhu who is living in Jagannath Puri, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu living in Jagannath Puri in the Gambhira, is Krishna in Dwarka. Similar to Viyogini Radha. Why? Because in Gambhira, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always crying in separation from Krishna. He's feeling the pangs of separation. So Jagannath Puri Dham is Dwarka Dham. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham, Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham is Dwarka Dham, where Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling the mood of Viyogini Radha. What Radha Bhav is Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experiencing? Viyogini Radha. Radharani who is in separation from Krishna. So Viyogini Radha this mood is with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, which is not different from Dwarka. And who is Jagannath? He is Dwarkadhish Krishna. He is Dwarkadhish Krishna. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is traveling, he's leaving Jagannath Puri and traveling to different places like South India or Kashi, Varanasi. That form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the sannyasi, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And that is similar to Krishna in Kurukshetra or Radharani in Kurukshetra, called Samyogini Radha. Samyogini Radha. Just like Samyogini Radha went to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna and bring Krishna back. Similarly, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, as a sannyasi, he is traveling to different places to bring devotees back to Vrindavan. He met Ramananda Rai and relieved him from his government service as a governor of Madras and brought him back to Jagannath Puri to discuss Vraj Leela in the Gambhira, to discuss Vraj line separation. He met Venkata Bhatta and his son Gopal Bhatta, who is a Manjari, Guna Manjari, brought him back to Jagannath Puri. He met Rupa and Sanatan Goswami and spoke to them about the greatness of Vrindavan, told them to write books about Vraj Leela, and brought them to Vrindavan, instructed them to go to Vrindavan. So that is Samyogini Radha, wanting to bring devotees back to Vrindavan, wanting to bring Krishna Balaram back to Vrindavan. That is Samyogini Radha. And that mood Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted as Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the traveling sannyasi, trying to bring everyone back to Vraj Bhakti. So in this way, my dear friends, there is connection between Krishna, Radha Krishna Leela and Sri Chaitanya Leela. Very deep connection. So today, we are going to talk about this particular verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and connecting it to Sri Lalita Sakhi and Srimati Radharani. So we discussed there are three forms of Radharani. There is Vrishabhanu Nandini Radha, there is Viyogini Radha, and there is Samyogini Radha. So today we will talk about this verse where Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. Sometimes there is separation even for Vrishabhanu Nandini Radha, who never leaves Vrindavan. There is separation. Even though Krishna is in Vrindavan, there is a feeling of separation. Prem Vaichitya. This is called Prem Vaichitya, where you are with Krishna, but you have a conception that Krishna has left, and there is separation in union. This is called Prem Vaichitya. Example is one time Srimati Radharani was sitting with Sri Krishna, her beloved Prananath, and they were having wonderful pastimes. But a bumblebee, bzzz, a madhu, bumblebee is called madhu, honeybee. They make honey. A honeybee was buzzing because the beautiful lotus faces of Radha and Krishna, Mukha Aravinda, they are like lotus, and a honeybee is always attracted to lotus. So honeybee was buzzing, and the honeybees were disturbing Srimati Radharani. Radharani was feeling disturbed by the honeybee. So she told Krishna, Krishna, can you please drive this honeybee away? And Krishna indicated to Madhu Mangal. And Madhu Mangal immediately taking a clue, he immediately asked the honeybee to go away, drove the honeybee away. And then very happily, because he had done his service nicely, successfully, he told Krishna, Madhu Mangal told Krishna, my dear Krishna, the honeybee has gone. Now the honeybee will never come back. So Krishna was very pleased. And Sri Krishna informed Radharani, who was absorbed in Krishna Prem. Krishna informed Sri Radhika, Madhu has gone forever. Madhu will never come back. Now Krishna's name is Madhusudan. Krishna is also very sweet. So Krishna is also called Madhu. Srimati Radharani sometimes calls Krishna with a lot of love. She addresses him as Madhu. And when Krishna said that Madhu is gone forever, Madhu will not come back, even though Srimati Radharani was sitting with Krishna, embracing him, Alingan. She was in Krishna's Alingan, she was in Krishna's loving embrace. But when she heard that Madhu has gone forever, she thought her Krishna has gone forever. And in union, she felt extreme separation. And immediately tears of love started flowing from her beautiful eyes. And she was feeling separation from Krishna, oh Madhu, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Kaha mera prannath, Murali Vadan, kaha jao, kaha pao, Brajendra Nandan. She started experiencing feelings of intense separation. This is Prem Vaititya, where there is separation in union. There is no reason to feel separation, but the love is so great that a small uddipana, a small stimulus can actually make us feel that I am separated from Krishna, and it can create a mood of separation. So sometimes there is separation that Srimati Radharani feels from Krishna, even as Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhika, even as Radharani who never actually separated from Krishna in the Ashtakaliya Leela. This is one reason for separation, Prem Vaititya. Second reason for separation for Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhika is when Krishna goes to herd the cows, Gocharan Leela, which is also Nitya Leela. The Ashtakali Leela, Krishna goes for Gocharan. But even when Krishna goes for Gocharan, he comes to Kusum Sarovar. He comes to Radhakund, and there is union. So there is always union. There is always union. Radha and Krishna are always together in the Ashtakali Leela. But there are small periods where there will be apparent separation when Krishna goes with his friends for Gocharan Leela. There is a small phase of separation. Or sometimes Krishna is late because of some other commitment, some other Leela. He gets sometimes late to meet Radharani at their meeting place. So that time Radharani is in separation. So in this way, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhika also sometimes has some conception of separation, but they're always together. Even at night, they're performing Ras Leela all night long. In the morning, Radharani goes with her friends to Nanda Bhavan, to the house of Nanda Maharaj, where she cooks breakfast every single day for Krishna with her own loving hands. So there, through the side of her eyes, she's looking at Krishna, and Krishna is looking at her. So there is union right from the time of breakfast in the Ashtakaliya Leela. And then they meet at Kusum Sarovar. Then they meet at Radhakund. All afternoon they are together at Radhakund, Radha and Krishna. Then in the evening again, when Krishna comes back to the village, he's walking in front of Radharani's house. So again there is union. And then again in the evening when he goes to herd the cows, Radharani sees him from vantage points along with her Sakhi. So there is union. And of course at night, all night there is union in the Ras Leela, every night. So in this way there is always union, but there are some phases of separation also. So one time Krishna was little late at the meeting place. Krishna came late, and Srimati Radharani was feeling extreme separation from Krishna. And in separation from Krishna, Srimati Radharani, Sweda Kampa Kantha Kashru Gada Gadadi Sanchita Marsha Harsha, all these emotions, all these ecstatic manifestations, perspiration, trembling, crying, voice choking up, all these ecstatic manifestations, becoming pale, becoming stunned, all these ecstatic manifestations were seen in the transcendental body of Srimati Radharani. And the Ashtasakis, headed by Lalita and Vishakha Sakhi, they were trying to pacify Srimati Radharani. Specifically, Srimati Radharani placed her head on the lap of Sri Lalita Sakhi. And Sri Lalita Sakhi was trying to neaten the hair of Radharani and trying to pacify her. Don't worry, Krishna will come, Krishna will come. Vishakha Sakhi was fanning Radharani. So this beautiful Leela is going on. And Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. This separation is not pain, as we know in the material world. This separation further increases Krishna Prem. It is not pain, it is more Prem. It is Krishna Prem. And therefore all these ecstatic symptoms are manifesting. So it's a very different type of internal, deep spiritual ecstasy. It's ecstasy, not pain. So Srimati Radharani is enjoying this ecstasy, experiencing this great ecstasy in separation from Krishna. But in their bhav, Lalita and Vishakha Sakhi and all the Sakhis, all the Manjaris, they're very worried about Radharani, that she's so sad. And at the same time, they are feeling transcendental anger towards Krishna. Why is he giving so much pain to our Radhika? Why is he late? So Lalita Sakhi, who has a Vamya bhav, she has a contrary nature. There is Dakshin bhav and there is Vamya bhav. Dakshin bhav is submissive nature, and Vamya bhav is contrary nature. Sometimes they chastise Krishna. So Lalita Sakhi, in her transcendental anger at Krishna because Krishna was late in meeting Shri Radhika, she, as the guru of Radharani, she as the intimate loving guru of Radharani and being elder to Radharani, she advised Srimati Radharani, this Krishna is always late. Krishna is never on time. Whereas we are always on time. This is another Siddhanta, my dear friends. In our seva, whether it is chanting, whether it is Harikatha, or whether it is Shri Vigraha Seva, Puja Archana, we should never be late. We should never be late. Why? Because we are trying to perform Rupanuga Bhakti. We are Rupanugas. And Rupa Goswami is a Manjari, Rupa Manjari. And the Manjaris are assisting the Gopis, the Ashtasakhis, in the Nikunja Leela. And the Manjaris are never late. Manjaris are always very expert in Nikunja Leela. Nikunjayonu ratikeli siddhei yayali bhir yuktirapekshaniya tatra atidaksha ativallavasya vande guru shri charanarvindam. Atidaksha. All our Guru Gan in our parampara, starting from Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, all our acharyas, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and our Srila Prabhupada, all of them as Manjaris in the line of Sri Rupa Manjari, they are very expert in assisting Radha Madhav in their Nikunja Seva. And they are never late. They are never late. As servants of Radharani, they are never late. As maid servants of Radharani, they are never late. They are always punctual and very expert. So we should try to be very punctual in our seva. Krishna can be late. Yes, Krishna can be late, but the Manjaris are never late. So we should not be late. Punctuality and cleanliness and expertise is very essential for our seva. Whatever service we do, we should try to do it to the best of our ability, in the most tasteful way, in the most expert way. Srila Prabhupada was very expert. Cooking, perfect. Playing musical instruments, perfect. Kirtans, so deep and so touching to the heart. He set the standard how to speak Harikatha, how to give Bhagavatam class, how to speak on Bhagavad Gita, translating, editing, proofreading, everything expert. Dancing, expert. He taught us the Swami step. Srila Prabhupada was expert. That is Nikunja Seva. Ati Daksha. Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. So Manjaris were all serving Radharani. Some were fanning, some were massaging Radharani's lotus feet. Some were chanting Krishna Lila for Radharani. So Radharani could remember Krishna. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravana mangalam shrimadatatam bhuvi grinanti ye bhurida jana. This is what the Manjaris do when Radharani is feeling separation. They start chanting Krishna Lila. We see even in Srimad Bhagavatam, before the Gopi Geet was sung, when they were searching for Krishna, asking all the animals and birds and plants and trees, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? To pacify their hearts, which were burning in the fire of separation from Krishna. What did they do? Tava Katha Amritam. They took shelter of the nectar of Krishna Katha. And they were acting as Putana. They were acting out the Leela of Trinavarta. They were acting out the Leela of Aghasur. They were remembering all this pastime. Vishavayatmajad व्यालराक्षसाद् वर्षमारुताद् वैद्युतानलात् वृषमयात्मजाद् विश्वतो भयाद् ऋषभते वयं रक्षितामुः. They are remembering all these calamities that came and how Krishna saved them. Then they're talking Krishna Leela in that way. So some gopis, some sakhis, some manjaris, they were reciting Krishna Leela for Radharani's happiness. And Radharani was chanting Krishna, Krishna. It is said that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we chant, it is Radharani's Mahamantra in Golok Vrindavan. Please listen carefully, my dear friends. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra that Srila Prabhupada has given us, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These are 16 names. And this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the Mahamantra of Srimati Radharani in Golok Vrindavan. But when she chants, Hare is not Radha. When she chants, Hare is her Hari. Prem de man Hare iti Hari. It is her Hari. And Ram is her Raman, Radha Raman. And Krishna is her Sham Sundar Krishna. So Srimati Radharani is also chanting these 16 names. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Radharani's Mahamantra. She chants it, especially when she is feeling separation from Krishna. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami writes like this when he explains the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra is chanted by Srimati Radharani. So Radharani was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. She was chanting Krishna Nam. The Manjaris were chanting Krishna Leela. The Sakhis were massaging her lotus feet. Vishaka Sakhi was fanning. And Dalita Sakhi was having Radharani in her lap, pacifying her as she was feeling separation from Krishna. Although Krishna was very near, Krishna was coming. And just then, Dalita Sakhi, in her transcendental Bhamya Bhav, in her transcendental anger, contrary nature, she advised Srimati Radharani, hey Radhike, this Krishna is always late. Why don't you give up the thoughts of Krishna? Just give up thinking about Krishna. Just don't think of Krishna. Just give him up in your heart. He's lampat. He's very unchaste. He goes here and there. We should just give up thoughts of Krishna. From today, let's not think of Krishna. Let's not think of Krishna. Let's not talk about Krishna. Lalita Sakhi says like this. In her anger, she advises Radharani. Look how much pain Krishna is giving you. Look how much you're suffering in separation from Krishna. Best is we just give up our love for Krishna. We just give up all thoughts of Krishna. Let's do this. Lalita Sakhi advised Radharani. At that time, my dear friends, in the eternal realm of Golok Vrindavan, in the beautiful realm of Golok Vrindavan, Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama, when Lalita Sakhi advised Srimati Radharani like this, that let's forget Krishna. Don't think of Krishna. Don't talk of Krishna. Give up all thoughts of Krishna. Krishna says, Man mana. Always think of me. Man mana bhav mad bhakto. And Lalita Sakhi, who is the guru of all the Sakhis, is advising Srimati Radharani, forget Krishna. Forget Krishna. Don't think of Krishna. Krishna says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu maam anusmara. Always remember me. And Lalita Sakhi, in her contrary nature, she is giving contrary advice to Radharani. Don't think of Krishna. Forget Krishna. At that time, my dear friends, Srimati Radharani replies. Srimati Radharani replies to Lalita Sakhi with this verse. Hare Krishna. This verse was spoken in Golok Vrindavan by Srimati Radharani. And Rupa Manjari heard it. And that Rupa Manjari, when she came as Shri Rupa Goswami, he wrote this verse that he had heard from Radharani in Golok Vrindavan. This is what Radharani replied to Lalita Sakhi. When Lalita Sakhi said, forget Krishna. Don't talk about Krishna. Srimati Radharani said, Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhaye Karna Kroda Kadambini Ghatayate Karnabudebhya Spriham Chetah Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim No Jane Janita Kiyad Bhiramritai Krishneti Varanadvai. Radharani said, Hey Lalite, I do not know how much nectar is there in this 2 syllables, Krishna. You are telling me don't chant Krishna, don't think of Krishna, but hey Lalite, I do not know how much nectar there is in these 2 syllables, Krishna. As I chant Krishna Naam, the Naam of my Prananath, Pranavallabha Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Naam dances on my tongue, Lalite. Listen how it dances on my tongue. And then it enters my ears and it dances in my ears. I desire millions of ears and millions of tongue. Hey Lalite, one tongue is not enough. One mouth is not enough. 2 ears are not enough. I need millions of them. Or Buddha, I need billions of them. And Lalite, when this Krishna Naam dances in the courtyard of my heart, oh, what ecstasy I feel. And all these symptoms that you are seeing, becoming stunned, trembling, becoming pale, voice becoming faltering, gadgad, hair standing on hair, tears coming in my eyes, pulakayar, nayanam galada shrudharaya. All this is happening. All this is happening. Lalite, I am helpless. I am getting so much nectar, amrit from Krishna Naam. How can I give up chanting Krishna Naam? I cannot give up. I cannot give up Krishna Naam. Radharani says, at that time, Krishna comes there and he hears Radharani chant this verse. Krishna hears Radharani recite this verse. And he immediately jumps in front of Radharani to make her happy. And he says, hey Radhike, I have come. I am here. Saying like this, Krishna immediately embraces Srimati Radharani, Alingan. He takes Radharani from the lap of Lalita Devi and embraces her. Seeing the love of Radharani. What a beautiful verse she had spoken. What beautiful bhav she has. But to his utter surprise, Krishna notices that even though I am Raso Vaisaha, I am the embodiment of all rasas. Sarva Akarshitahi iti Krishna. I am all attractive. But still, I am in front of Radhika. And my body is so fragrant. Chatusham. My body's fragrance exceeds the fragrance of Kasturi musk, Chandan, camphor, and aguru. My bodily fragrance far surpasses these 4 fragrances. And Radharani can experience the aroma from my divine body right now because I'm embracing her. My touch is so intoxicating. When I touch the Tulsi plant, Tulsi Maharani erupts. Her hair stands on it. Therefore, even today when you see Tulsi Maharani, she has got those fine hair always standing up. It is because of ecstasy of the touch of Achyut. Kaschit Tulasi Kalyani Govinda Charana Priye Sahatvali Kulair Bibra Drishtasteti Priyochyuta. Seeing her hair standing on an ecstasy, this is what the gopis asked Tulsi Maharani. So my touch is so divinely intoxicating and ecstasy giving. I am touching Radharani, but she doesn't even know that I am with her. My voice is so charming. A manifestation of my sweet voice is the sound of my flute, which intoxicates everyone. I am speaking to Radhika. I am calling out her name. I am embracing her. I am holding her in my arms. I am speaking to her. But still, Radharani doesn't even know that I have come. Because Radharani, when she chanted this verse, Srimati Radharani was in such ecstasy that she did not even realize when Krishna came. She was in her samadhi. So Krishna is wondering, what is wrong with Radharani? What is it that she's experiencing that she is even failing to notice me, Krishna Amrit? I am here, nectar personified is here, and Radharani is not even realizing that I am with her. I have come. What is it? What is this sweetness of the holy name that and Radharani was constantly chanting with her eyes closed, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna is there, but Radharani is not noticing. She is in ecstasy chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. At that time, my dear friends, when Lalita Devi was smiling that Krishna has come, and Krishna was holding Srimati Radharani, but Radharani was unaware of Krishna's presence, chanting Krishna Naam. At that time, Krishna thought, what is this ecstasy that Srimati Radharani is experiencing right now? Chanting my name. That she's even failing to realize that I have come. The aroma of my body, the ecstasy of my touch, the sound of my voice. Nothing is able to bring her out of this ecstasy. What is this ecstasy in my name? What is the ecstasy of Krishna now? I want to experience that. And that time Krishna told Lalita, Lalita, what is it that your Radhika is experiencing? What is this? She's chanting Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna. And she's experiencing this ecstasy. Even I am not able to pull her out of this ecstasy. Hey Lalite, I declare it today that very soon I will descend on earth to taste what Radharani is tasting right now, chanting Krishna now. And that is why Krishna appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We saw those three reasons of his appearance. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is how this pastime manifested in Vrindavan. And therefore, Sri Lalita Sakhi is responsible for the appearance of Mahaprabhu. Because Lalita Sakhi said, forget Krishna. And then Radharani said, spoke this verse, beautiful verse, which was heard by Rupa Manjari. And when Rupa Manjari came as Rupa Goswami, he wrote down this verse. And it was very much appreciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because it was this verse that was responsible for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent. Therefore, when you read this particular section from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antelila, chapter 1, Rupa Goswami's visit to Jagannath Puri. When Mahaprabhu reads this particular verse that we read, which was composed by Rupa Goswami, Mahaprabhu very much appreciated it. And he told Haridas Thakur, what do you think about this verse? And Haridas Thakur was chanting this verse and dancing in ecstasy. And Mahaprabhu embraced Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami with great love. This is what Mahaprabhu was remembering when he was embracing Rupa Goswami. Oh, Rupa Manjari, you were there in Vrindavan when Radharani had chanted this verse. You heard it. And how much ecstasy she was feeling that time. And to taste her ecstasy, her Prem Mahima, I came as Shriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So my dear friends, in this way, everything is connected in a very beautiful way. Lalita Sakhi, Srimati Radhika Rani, Shri Krishna, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Puri Dham, Navadvip Dham, Vrindavan Dham, Prakat Lila, Aprakat Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is connected. So we are very fortunate that Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj has given us such amazing life, such amazing lifestyle he has given us, such amazing culture he has given us, such amazing goal in life he has given us. Rupanuga, Raganuga Bhakti. So we are very fortunate. We are ever grateful to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Shriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Lalita Devi ki jai. And our most beloved, our Pranaradhya, Srimati Radharani ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Gadadhar Prabhuji. Every time you come, you take us to a totally different realm. So really, really grateful to you, Prabhuji, for narrating this amazing pastime. If devotees have any questions, kindly unmute yourself. You can ask questions to Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Adi Gadadhar Prabhu. This is Santosh Chaitanya Das. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna, Santosh Chaitanya Prabhu.
Prabhu, you explained about your Prakat Vrindavan, Aprakat Vrindavan, and Bhatyaman Vrindavan. So I have a question regarding that. That, like, when I go to Vrindavan, I see Yamuna just a very dirty river. It's so many things going into Yamuna, and I don't want to even take a bath into it. So, and there are many devotees who just go and jump into Yamuna. So is it that they are seeing Aprakat or Prakat Vrindavan in being into Darshaman Vrindavan, or how do I understand? How do I see myself Yamuna as a the Yamuna, exactly the actual Yamuna river?
Purification of the heart. When we become purified, then in Drishaman Dham also, we will be able to see Nana Ratna Nibadhula Vitapa Shri Yukta Vrindavane. This is the Goswamis were seeing this 500 years ago. They were seeing this. So if we have purified eyes, then we can see the Aprakat Leela even in the Drishaman Dham. But for that, purification is required. Srila Prabhupada saw it like that. Srila Saraswati Thakur saw it like that. There is mention in Narottam Vilas that Narottam Das Goswami, and Narottam Das Thakur, he saw Nitya Leela going on in the Drishaman Dham. So yes, all this is possible with purification. And purification happens when we associate with Vrajrasik Vaishnavas who have Dham Nishtha. Those devotees who are jumping in Radha Kund, who are jumping in Yamuna, they are certainly at an advanced platform because they are not having the grina, they are not having the distaste that sometimes we experience when we see pollution. This pollution is there in Vrindavan to test us, because those who are not sincere, we will be discouraged from going to Vrindavan. That way, those who are not sincere, they will remain away from Vrindavan. So there is pollution, there is plastic, there is so many things in Vrindavan, crowding, this, that, to test us. The sincere devotees will still go. The sincere devotees will still take bath, like that. So we should pray for purification so that we can develop the vision to see Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara. If we have service attitude, then we will see. Akbar saw. Akbar saw. He came and he met Srila Jiva Goswami and said that I want to do some service for you. And Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami said that just repair the ghat, Yamuna Ghat. Do some repairs there. That will be nice service. And because Akbar wanted to do service, he came, and when he saw those steps, he saw Divya Chintamani Dham. He saw that those steps on Yamuna were made of Chintamani stones. So he came back to Srila Jiva Goswami and said, I don't have, with all my wealth, I don't have even one Chintamani. And the Vrindavan Dham is made of Chintamani stones. So I cannot repair. It was my audacity to offer to do some service in Vrindavan. I'm not qualified. But because he had the humble service attitude, he had that darshan. And then Jiva Goswami said, no, you're very nice. You want to do service. You just give me some paper. Give me some paper. And then Akbar donated a lot of paper to Sri Jiva Goswami. This is a historical fact. So if we have service attitude, if we associate with Vrajrasik Vaishnavas, and we have good sadhana and we pray for purification, then we can hope that sometime in the future, we will also develop that vision where we see Drishaman Dham as Chintamani Dham. Is that okay, Santosh Chaitanya Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. I have another small question about you mentioned that Lalita Sakhi is in a contrary bhav, and Lalita Sakhi was also there during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. I think Swarup Damodar.
Yes.
So did Swarup Damodar showed any contrary bhav when he was in Chaitanya Leela?
Chaitanya Leela, basically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna. He's Krishna in the mood of Radharani. He wants to taste Radha Bhav. And Swarup Damodar Goswami being Lalita Sakhi and Ramananda Rai being Vishaka Sakhi, they were facilitating that. They were reading different literatures. Ramananda Rai was writing beautiful dramas. Swarup Damodar Goswami was reading passages from Krishna Karnamrit, from Geet Govind of Srila Jayadev Goswami, like that, to facilitate that mood. He would chant appropriate verses from Srimad Bhagavatam to facilitate that mood. As far as the contrary nature is concerned, that contrary nature was shown by Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami when there was any apasiddhanta. Whenever there was any apasiddhanta, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami would chastise. Some poet would come and write something that was against Siddhanta. Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami would chastise and correct that composition. So in that way, that that anger was shown by Swarup Damodar Goswami, but not towards Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu is with Radha Bhav, like that. So is that okay, Prabhu? Santosh Chaitanya Prabhu? Is that okay? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Dasosmi. Parima Mataji, maybe this can be the last question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very, very nectarian class again. Thank you so much. Please accept my Dandavat Pranams. Prabhuji, I had this one question that always keeps coming. Prabhuji, in South India, they chant the Lalita Sahasranamam. Is that Lalita Devi in the Lalita Sahasranamam same as our Lalita Sakhi? And can you just summarize the 3 points why for the reason of the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You just finished them like a few minutes back. I just wanted to recollect them, Prabhuji, if you can, like in short. Thank you,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
sure. So regarding the Lalita Sahasranam, I don't know, Mataji, because I have not heard Lalita Sahasranam. But one nice composition that can be chanted is Sri Lalita Ashtakam by our Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami.
Okay.
And that is very, very beautiful. So that can be chanted, Sri Lalita Ashtakam by Srila Rupa Goswami. It is from Stavamala. Regarding the second question about the reasons for our appearance, best would be to show you the verse number 6 from the Adi Lila. So let me again share my screen. 1 second. Share screen. Adi Lila, chapter 1, verse number 6. You can save this verse, Mataji, Parima Mataji, very beautiful verse. Shri Radhaya Pranamahima Kidrisho Vanyayaiva Swadyo Yena Bhutamadhurima Kidrisho Va Madiyah Saukhyam Chasya Madanubhavatah Kidrisham Vetilobhat Tadbhavadyah Samajanishachi Garbhasindho Harindu. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima. To understand the glory of Radharani's Pranaya. Pranaya means love. To understand the glory of Radharani's love is the first reasons. Swadyo Yena Adbhuta Madhurima. What is the sweetness that Radharani is tasting in her love for Krishna? He wanted to understand. What is the glory of Radharani's love? Mahima. What is the swad? What is the taste? The sweet taste. Madhura swad. That very adbhut, which is very wonderful, that only Radharani is tasting in her Krishna prem. And Saukhyam Chasya Mad Anubhavita. What is that happiness that she experiences? Saukhyam Anubhava. Anubhava means to experience. What is the happiness that Radharani experiences when she chants my name, like we discussed in today's Katha, Krishna Nam, or when she meets me, like that. So that is what Mahaprabhu came to relish. This is the internal reason. This is the internal reason. So this verse 1.6 Adi Lila. Is that okay?
Yes, and the pastime that you mentioned, that beautiful pastime in the Antya Lila, that how Lalita Devi facilitates, that last one. So that is also, yeah. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes. Thank you, Paramataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, Vivek Prabhu, we can stop here.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, dear Radhika Prabhuji, for coming again and again taking us to something new that that we can hopefully remember at least once in a lifetime again. Thank you so much, Radhika Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nothing new, it was just Prabhupada's words. Just the words of Srila Prabhupada. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Patitanam
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.